Here's another photograph of Louise in the Universal Ike series. Again, very good condition. Here's another one. This is a photograph of Louise. I'd say this is about 1915. Film is unknown. Is single weight photograph, about a 5x7. Here's another Universal photograph. Louise. This is actually from a serial Louise did called Lucy Love, the Girl Mystery. She actually did star in one of those serial episodes as Lucy. Here's another Universal still, and I'm not sure what film this is from. It's actually from a triangle marriage. This is from the Universal series, but it's a smaller photograph. It's about a 5x7 or 4, more like a 4x6. And it's from The Invisible Foe, 1913. This photograph is from The Girls and Dad, about 1913. These photographs are all smaller photographs from Louise's first film. Sorry, the name escapes me. Anyways, it's from her first film. Here are two more from the same film. Here's a very, very old, early portrait of Louise. I'd say this probably was used for publicity when she was on the stage. She did tour the country before 1912. So I'd say this is today about 1910. Here's a picture of Louise when she was a little older. This is probably 1940s when she was president of the Matinee Club in Beverly Hills. Here's a personal portrait of Louise, probably taken about 1908. Here's a photograph of Louise. It says cordially Louise Glaum, but that is not her signature. It was probably signed by a secretary or something like that. But it is double weight and silver print photograph. Here's another 8x10 glossy of Louise when she was older. And yet another one about the same period. Here again is another personal photograph of Louise that belonged to her. These all belong to her in her own personal collection. This again is probably in the early 1900s, still with an onion skin. Let's see if I can get it. A good glimpse of it right there. Probably the youngest portrait I have of her. Here's another photograph that probably again was used during her time, either when she was on stock in Chicago or in the country on stage. This is a picture of Louise in the 1920s with her mother and her dog, Tito. Another picture of Louise by herself with her car, again 1920s. This was Louise and her second husband, taken in the 1920s. I think this was from their honeymoon, and the other gentleman with them is unknown. Here's a really great picture of Louise in her peacock outfit, probably from the Peacock Woman, and it came in that oval shape. This is a portrait still of Louise when she went on a tour in 1925 to several movie houses, and it was taken about that time. This is an original photograph from Louise from the movie I Am Guilty. I think it's dated 1923. This is a portrait from Louise's last film, 50-50, in 1925. This is a portrait still of Louise, and this is another marked Louise photograph because it has the peacock feathers in it, and it's the same embossed stamp of the colorized photograph earlier. Here's another really great Witzel photograph of Louise, again showing peacock feathers along with her 8x10 double. And here this came from the Frank Diggs collection. Here is portrait of Louise, and it looks like taken around World War I. She did do some money promotional tours to raise money for the war. And I think this was taken in New York. This is a picture of Louise that probably came from 1914, 1915 era. Here's another portrait that belongs to that series that were taken with the peacock feathers, double weight, 8x10. Here's a photograph. It's been marked for publicity stuff, but it is by Witzel. It's an 8x10, and it has a semi-glossy finish. And this last one is an 8x10. It is by Witzel, and it's in very good condition, double weight. Does have a few the markings around the edges that look like it might be some kind of wear is actually due to the backdrop, so that is original to the photograph. And that's it. I hope somebody would like to have this collection. Thank you.